Hello, my name is Fred Connelly. I am here to share my story to you about a lawyer from Greater Boston Legal Services that helped me save my house. I grew up in Randolph. I married a woman from Quincy. We bought a house in Howes Neck, 3 houses up from the ocean. 2 weeks before the blizzard of '78. Awesome storm. It was a summer cottage. I love living in the area, so I wanted to stay there. So I decided I wanted to build a new house on the same property because everything down there was an old cottage. Went to the city, they wouldn't give me a permit to build a new house. So I got a permit to repair the old house. I jacked up the house, dug out a foundation by hand, laid a concrete block foundation, built the house around the house, and tore the house out to get around the law because they wouldn't let me do it. On February 2nd of 2005, which happens to be my son's 17th birthday, I broke up a fight between 2 students at Blue Hills Regional School. They pushed me into some staging. I herniated 3 discs. I wasn't physically capable of working for many years. After that, I had 4 surgeries. The 4th surgery, the doctor gave me a 95% chance I'd be paralyzed. Here I am today. Finally, my doctor decided that the best thing for me would be a nerve stimulator. It just short circuits the pain. That worked. After I got hurt, things took a turn for the worst. Not only was I unable to work, and the school forced me to early retirement with half of my benefits, my wife got laid off, and in 2006, my son was diagnosed with cancer. For several years after we were struggling to make our mortgage payments, we knew we needed to refinance the house, so I spent days fighting with the mortgage company and the banks. We tried for years to work with the bank, but because we couldn't keep up with the mortgage, or we weren't far enough behind, they wouldn't refinance us. Then one February morning in 2014, I got a knock on the door from a constable. It was a letter saying that we had to move out within 48 hours, 30 years of collecting things. The house was going to be foreclosed on. So we did. Myself, Rose, Joe, and his 6-month-old son, my family and neighbors helped us move out everything we owned in 48 hours. All of our clothes, furniture, worldly possessions, and even the daunting task of disassembling my carpentry or machine shop downstairs. I make up furniture and stuff like that there. We ended up moving out. We ended up homeless. A buddy of mine let me use his cottage down in Wareham for a while. My wife called her sister, who happened to work at Quincy City Hall, and she told me to get a hold of QCAP. Well, we went to QCAP, and the woman said, "Get your mattress and move back into the house." So we did. The only person that can tell you to move out of the house is a judge. Then she referred us to the housing clinic with Greater Boston Legal Services. Best thing that ever happened to us. With the help from QCAP and Greater Boston Legal Services, I know for a fact that I would not have my house back today. I had talked to a gentleman at Greater Boston Legal Services. I knew we had a chance to get the house back. Things have changed since I met Todd Kaplan. The Greater Boston Legal Service helped me get my house back. I'm back to work again. I work with my son, Joe, for Thermal Pro Insulation, which is a subcontractor for the Mass Save program. And I'm trying to build up my Social Security because I wasn't eligible. I want people to know that if people need help with Greater Boston Legal Services is where to go. What these people do is nothing short of amazing. I've known 4 or 5 people that were in the same situation as me, and I send them directly to Todd and Greater Boston Legal Services. To this day, I still keep Todd's card in my wallet. We converse occasionally. I'm happy to have the chance to come to the State House today to tell people how somebody like myself feel about the funding that's needed. So from my heart, I thank Todd very much, and thank you all for hearing me.